Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Branches of Leadership Curriculum podcast. Every week, we want to sit down and talk to you about your progress as a leader, the opportunities that you have to influence others to accomplish a set goal. That is, by definition, leadership. Today, we're going to talk about leadership not being a destination, but rather a dynamic journey. And when you think about leadership, whether it's parental or sports or career, your objective is always to have a sharp vision around what you want to accomplish and how you want to accomplish it. And then you want to make sure that the folks that you're leading understand what that vision is, and they're able to then execute against that with your support and also trusting you as the leader. So again, leadership is not a destination, but rather a dynamic journey. So when it comes to impactful leadership, there's no greater journey in your lifetime. This is where you are going to every single day either make a difference or not. You're going to use the greatest asset that you have to allow yourself to either accomplish your goals and dreams or to simply waste it. Now, what is the greatest asset that you have? It will never be money. It'll never be things. It will always be time. Anyone that is truly super successful or successful at all will tell you that they will trade any asset or any equity that they have for more time. Because time is your greatest asset. It's the one thing that you can't buy more of. So what you are going to be focused on is how you allocate your time as a leader, as a person, in everything that you do. This is where I would like for you to make sure that you're always thinking about what is the most efficient use of my time. So on your journey, you're looking at my goals versus my time versus my accomplishments. In the end, what did you do with the time that you had to actually go out and influence the things that matter most to you during your journey? The next is you're always learning and growing. As with anything important in your life, you're either growing or you're dying. And there are many things that we will take up as a hobby or we will take on, and we'll just decide that's not something that we want to do. It's not for us. But the things that are really important to us, whether it be education, again, whether it be a parent, whether it be your career, you're either growing or you're dying in that area. So you have to hold yourself accountable to say, hey, here's what I want to do from an overall perspective to be the best I can be in this area. So do you have the right focus? Are you committing the right effort? And are you measuring whether or not you're growing or not? Year over year, you should easily be able to see, here are the 5 things I wanted to accomplish. Here are the 3 or 4 I got done. Here's the one I struggled with. And here's what I'm going to do about it. Because you always want to be growing in an area. You will not get back this year or last year or the year before. Your opportunity is what you do now and what you do to prepare for tomorrow. Again, you'll notice I didn't say live in tomorrow because that's not guaranteed either. What you can control is right now. And what you want to focus on is, am I growing in this space and am I focused on things that grow me or not? That includes making sure that you have the right promoters in your life versus detractors. Because detractors are simply energy suckers or energy vampires, to use a different vernacular, that simply take away your most important asset. And it can be very, very subtle. So you have to think about, is this person or this group of people enabling my ability to grow, or are they perpetuating the feeling or the process of dying at something? And we all see that around us all the time. So I think that registers pretty well. It should register pretty well. Also, as you're going through your growth process, be okay with ups and downs. There's actual laws of physics studies that clearly demonstrate that over the same distance, two metal balls rolling, a ball that's going up and down will get to the end faster than one going straight. Well, why is this? Because physics tells us if something is going down, it's creating momentum, and it's using centrifugal force. So as it goes up and down, it builds up speed that as it climbs the next peak, go down the following peak, it picks up additional speed, and that powers it to the end. Versus a ball bearing rolling straight never has the opportunity to do anything but stay at about the same speed. Now, while it may appear easier for that one going straight, again, it takes it longer, and it probably uses more energy to get to the end because, one, in life, the more ups and downs you have, the more opportunity you have to learn. Myself, my peers, your peers will tell you that they learned more when they failed than when they succeeded. Success is always great, and you'll learn a lot from success, but you'll learn 10x from the things that you failed at. And those things will reframe how you approach something and your area of focus and your commitment to success. And it also builds up what we're going to talk about a little bit later, your endurance and your resistance, which are critical to your long-term success. Taking an L. Now, what does that mean to most people? Hey, I took an L. Well, taking an L to some people, the vernacular is you take a loss. Well, I like to reframe that because in life, like I said, it's okay to fail because you learn. So taking an L, in my view, and I hope to be in your view moving forward, is your ability to learn versus lose. Now, you can choose to fail and just learn nothing. You have an opportunity to just fail and lose, or to fail and learn. So I prefer that if we fail, which in life you fail at things, that we're actually learning and we're getting better as we go forward. So we don't take any losses. Everything we do, whether we win or lose, we are going to learn from it because that's what's going to allow you to leverage your capability, your skill set, and your knowledge each and every time. And it also lessens your fear of failure. It's okay. It's your friend. It's much like any other of your six senses or your five senses. It becomes that sixth sense of it's okay that I didn't necessarily hit a home run in this particular case, or I learned something, or I didn't know the banks worked this way, or I didn't know physics was that way, or I didn't know the complications of the culture was X. Well, if you're learning, then you're able to then go back and be much more effective. I think from there, we'll talk about the pathway towards your dream and leading in your personal pursuits, whether it's your career, parenting, education, or sports. It begins and ends with endurance and resistance. Well, let's talk about those two. Let's unpack those two. In order to be successful at anything, you've got to be willing to endure the ups and the downs. You also have to endure the hard walls that you're inevitably going to run into. You've got to be able to push through those things, much like an airplane. Henry Ford once said that always remember an airplane takes off and lands into the wind in order to get flight and to be able to land via physics. So you think about it the same way. You are always going to be going against the wind in order to achieve flight and achieve success. You will have to have endurance to be able to push against nature, including your own pursuit of success. Likewise, you have to be able to resist failure because it's always going to present itself as an opportunity. And that's what you have to be careful of. You will see you will have to make decisions on an ongoing basis to go left, right, up, or down. Well, failure is always sitting there somewhere saying, hey, this is an easier path. Or, hey, did you think about this? Even though you spend all this time studying which way to go, what's the right thing to do, using your self-discipline, failure is always out there looking to present some other opportunity that may cut a corner, that may appear to be easier, or maybe an area that you're just not as familiar with. You have to resist failure. And when you do encounter failure or failure opportunities, resist them, meaning lean back into your endurance and push through it. There's always a way to reframe something and pivot. Thank you very much for spending time with me. Please go out to Samuel_P. Wilson on IG. Go out to our Wilson Leadership on YouTube. And also look at our curriculum where we do tons of masterminds. And my team is always there waiting to engage with you and get you time with me or get you into one of our group courses where you can really start to flush out your capability as a leader. Thank you very much.